Hello everyone and welcome back to Dog Sled Saga, and we are not going to hire another dog right now. We're actually struggling a bit to keep up with the dogs we have because we need to get back up to the next level, and I think what I decided I was gonna do is, because what we have to do, so I guess that's when the puppy will be born. Okay, so what we've been struggling to do here is kind of phase out the old team as we're starting to train the new one, because a lot of the dogs here, especially ones farther down, like Shasta and Rory, and, well, the other two aren't here right now, but Shasta and Rory and some of the other older dogs, like Chase and Aeon, we haven't been racing them as much as we're trying to get the new team in, and so it's probably about time for them to end up retiring. And don't worry, you guys, whenever we release a dog, it doesn't mean that they're going to be gone for good. I imagine they're probably just hanging around and chilling out somewhere, but we do have to kind of phase out the old team and phase in the new team, because we're trying to only keep our dogs for either less than 1,000 days or until they have 2 puppies. And if we look at Rory here, you can see she's already been on the team for over 600 days. So we need to get moving on this, because we are running out of time, and we don't want to have to make it so that a dog doesn't get to have a second puppy just because they got too old. We want to try and make sure we can do that, and that does mean we need to start phasing through the team here. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving. I'm going to go ahead and keep training here. We swapped out some of our employees because we had some really expensive ones, and that's not going to work. And we got our sponsorship back that will help us with money. And so actually, you know what, we should rest for one more day. I will do that, and then we'll make sure that we go back to training. And we have a race soon, I think. Did we just miss one somehow? I hope there wasn't... Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, I was like, wait a second. But we're good. Okay. So I think we have Whiteout in the lead. She has her first specialty. I'm going to actually put in Avalanche this time because he hasn't raced for a while, and so we want to make sure we get him in. But we only have one middle dog, and we only have one wheel dog, and so we'll go ahead and leave them where they're at. We'll make sure we keep Whiteout training. And we should be pretty good here if we just start out, so hopefully this won't be too tough of a race. It seems like it should be a pretty easy one. It's only a 3-dog. But once we get past paying our dues again, and once the puppy comes home, and, well, because what's going to happen is that once the puppy comes home, then we will end up retiring Chase and Aeon probably after they've had the chance to kind of train the new puppy a little bit, perhaps. And once that's happened, then we'll try to progress to the next level, because then we won't have to worry about having a bunch of dogs and not being able to pay our dues, as has been the problem. So most of the dogs have already had one puppy, and so as long as we can kind of keep phasing through that, then we should be able to keep ourselves from having too many dogs at one time, which is the problem we started to see, unfortunately. Hopefully the sponsorship will also help make it easier. Oops, that didn't work so well. Hopefully the sponsorship we got for paying some of the money will make it easier for us to make sure that we're going to be able to pay our dues, though. Uh-oh, Shasta, that's not good. Or not Shasta, sorry. I'm getting you mixed up with your dad now. That's Avalanche in the front. I think he's constantly... Nope, he's not. Okay. Was that where he was... What is his fault? I can't even remember what it is offhand now. All right, let's see if we can do this before the tree gets here. We did, just in the nick of time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, his is greedy, and so he gets hungry right away at restocks, basically. So he's not hungry all the time, but whenever we pass a restock, he'll immediately get hungry, if I'm understanding that properly. Oh, you guys! There we go, just barely into first. That was a little bit close, probably because I didn't wait long enough to feed them. I have to be careful not to feed them too soon. So everybody's good, only one exhaustion. We got more rapport, so that's good to see. Let's continue on here. And we'll let them rest for a little bit so that, so that we can make sure we are, we can make sure we're keeping them in good condition here. So, alright. Let's just make sure nobody's down at this point in time. So let's switch back to training. Nobody was down too far with that. So I guess we have... It's showing us the farther away races because we have the puppy, but we actually have some that are coming up a little bit sooner here. So I think like tomorrow or the day after we'll have a race. It doesn't always let me pet all of them, but I try to make sure... Oh, no, it's not going to let us do that this time. I try to make sure I pet them when we can, so that nobody gets too sad or anything. Okay, this is a pretty easy one, so... He hasn't gotten his... Oh, he didn't get a perfect catch last time, so we gotta then keep... Yeah, okay, we'll keep this team for now and try again, and that'll give Avalanche a chance to get a little bit closer to the next specialty, because he's actually pretty close. He has 10 races, and I believe 12 is when he'll get his next specialty, so that's good to see. But we've been racing almost exclusively with the new team. The major difficulty... Oh, and I'm giving them food too soon again. The major difficulty with the new team is that we don't really have many middle dogs. In fact, I think Sierra is the only one who's even able at that position. She actually is a natural at the middle, which is good, but I don't even think we have an able middle dog, and so hopefully we will end up with an able middle dog from the current breeding, because I believe... I don't remember what... I think Chase is a natural at the wheel. And I think Aeon is also natural. Yeah, I think Aeon is also natural at the wheel because we had super potential for that. But Aeon was also able at the middle, and I believe so was Chase. And so if that's the case, then it'll help a lot. Okay, I wanted to make sure everybody caught their treats before we jumped. And we do have to be really careful not to let the slack run out here, because we did lose our rope sponsorship last time, and that was not so good. So, or I think it was last time, maybe the time before. We did switch out our rope sponsorship. That was the one we chose to switch out. Okay, we need to make sure we get some perfectly timed catches to Avalanche up in the front there. And so we need to wait a little bit here until his breath starts to... Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Now it's perfect. Okay, there we go. Perfectly timed catches all around, so now he should be happy. That is a difficult thing to get those perfectly timed catches sometimes. So we have only one fatigue on all of them. We got... Report down with Hunter. I was like, wait a minute, why is it going up? But no, it's down with Hunter. Now, Hunter is one we definitely want to breed. I believe he ended up being a natural at the lead position, if we look at Hunter here. I'm pretty sure... Yes, because he's only as... Yeah, there we go, we can see here. He's natural at the lead, but he's able at the middle. And so even if we get able dogs, that's a good thing. And we definitely want to make sure we breed Hunter. We'll just be breeding him a little bit later on, and we'll eventually be breeding him to Squirrel there. So let's go ahead. We will do caretaking for a day. And we're actually getting pretty close to having the puppy come home, so we'll get to name the puppy, and I should get my names list up. I think I actually don't have that up at the moment, but you guys have submitted quite a few names for the dogs in the series, and I want to make sure I continue to use them. Oh, we have a 4-dog team, so that means that Hunter will be racing with us. All right. You're pretty happy. You are a lead specialty level 2. What is Whiteout at? She's at 1, so we'll make sure we put Whiteout in. And then we'll put Hunter here, because Hunter should be pretty good. He's actually really happy because his favorite thing is petting, so that's good to see. Poor Rory hasn't gotten to race in a while, but I imagine when we start ranking up, we'll be able to let Rory and Shasta run again, because we'll be wanting to do some training with the dogs, and we won't want to have super inexperienced ones. And these guys aren't going to be able to handle the harder races with an inexperienced dog. I don't actually know if I made sure everyone was training, but I don't think we need to worry too much. So Whiteout should get a level this time, and Avalanche should get a level the next time we race him. Oh, stay forward, we gotta jump. We don't want to tangle right before we jump. We just really have to stay on the rope there, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit of an issue. Oh, stay forward, just what I'm talking about there. It feels so much faster now. And I don't think... Nope, we didn't actually make it because of the tree. That's unfortunate. All right. I'm going to jump. And we'll make sure now that we get this to these guys. There we go. That worked out perfectly. We actually threw it going over the jump, which was nice. We got to pass this tree. And then we should be ready to feed these guys just about now. And we should be ready to feed these guys. Stay forward. There we go. That works. Oh, forward, forward, forward. All right, let's feed. We don't want Hunter getting... Oh, Hunter did get tired. Oh, we'll have to rest him again. It's okay if he doesn't race every day, though, because his favorite thing is actually independent of racing, which is nice. Uh-oh, we're starting to get a lot of fatigue. That's not good. But yeah, thankfully, that's one really nice thing about Hunter. And sorry, whoa, did you actually get that? I think he caught that, wow. But that's one nice thing about Hunter that we really want to make sure we do is breed him and get hopefully his favorite thing in there, because his favorite thing is petting, and that's a really nice one to have. So, all right, who got fatigue? We got 2 for Hunter. No, everybody else was good. We have happiness up. No rapport with anybody, but we got some more fame, so that's good. And did she not get specialty? I guess maybe she didn't get specialty. I thought she was going to, but oh well. Anyway, we got fame at least, which is good. Okay, sponsorship. Nope, we're good. We'll go ahead and discard that. I'm going to wait until after the puppy is born, because that's when the other dogs will come back, and so I don't want to jump up right away and have training or have fees right off the bat. I want to wait until we're a little bit closer to that. So let's make sure we caretake for them, and then when I switch out the regimen here, I think what we can do. Okay, we want to make sure. So I'm gonna have you do. Well, I'll have you do training. You have no perks, so you can do caretaking. So let's put Avalanche. We'll put Polaris. We'll put Sierra, and we'll put Shasta here. And then we'll make sure we do training, and we'll put Rory and Squirrel in and do our training with them. And then out of these 2, they can caretake here, so they'll be able to rest up, which will be a good thing. So now Rory's right at the front. She hasn't been up here for a while. It's been a long time since we've raced her, so hopefully we can get a few more races in with her before her retirement, but we do want to breed her as well at some point here, and have her second puppy, because thus far she's only had 1, and that will be Polaris, I believe. Nope, sorry, not Polaris. Avalanche. Sorry. I'm getting everybody all mixed up. I do have a cheat sheet here, but it's a little bit difficult to keep track of everyone sometimes. All right, here we go. We'll proceed. We should be pretty good here, I think. I'm not too worried, but the puppy will be coming home very soon. So, let me just make sure we pet everyone. Probably don't have to pet everybody every day, although it's nice to do that. One more 3-dog race. Let's see. Oh, it's a very low exhaustion one, so I'm going to put Avalanche in. We'll kind of swap out. We'll put Polaris in the wheel, and we'll put Sierra in the middle again, and make sure that everybody else gets to train. So we'll make sure all 4 of these guys are training the Is there any? No, okay, that's fine. Yeah, because we have 3 dogs in the race with us. That's why we have an odd number there. But everybody should be pretty happy here. Thankfully, I don't think we have any dogs that like weather, because those dogs are really hard to please. A dog can have an affinity for certain weather conditions, and that does make it more difficult to make them happy. Where you, that was perfect. Good, good, good. I wanted to make sure we were going to get a perfect catch there, because we need the speed boost it gives. Did we get it? Nope, we didn't. Darn it. Alright, we got to wait just a little bit longer then. And we'll go over this jump, and you should be, yep, you're good now. You're ready for your treat. The others need to wait just a little bit longer. And I think this next time, though, yep, there we go. Perfect catches for everyone. As long as we stay on top of that, we should get the speed boost for it. So, did you get perfect? Nope, not quite. All right. A little bit more. Now, I think probably. Yep, there we go. We need to make sure we get that speed boost. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time keeping up with everyone here. There we go. And let's wait a little bit more. I want to make sure that we do give it time to deal with the wind, though. We got a perfect for I keep calling him Shasta for Avalanche. That's Shasta's son. I keep getting him mixed up there for some reason today. I don't know why that's a problem today, and not in the other episodes, but for some reason I just keep getting him mixed up right now. All right, here we go. Into first, just in time. And let's make sure that we feed these guys, but I mean, it doesn't matter, we already won. They'll be fine. They can have their treats after the race if they need them, but nevertheless, okay, no fatigue. We got rapport with Polaris, which is good. Everything's pretty fine here, and that's a very, very good thing. So, let's continue on. We'll make sure we rest these guys and proceed here. And here's the puppy! So, German Shepherd. So, Aeon and Chase. let's see, it's a female. Let me get my name list up really fast here, and I will just real fast look through here. So I think we're gonna go ahead and actually name her Pine. That's a name you guys have submitted, and I think we'll go ahead and keep that for her. So we'll see. Sorry about the music there. It does that whenever I switch to my name list. But we'll go ahead and keep that name for her. And so Pine will be joining the team, and we'll have the chance to condition her skills. And then Aeon and Chase are back. We'll let them chill out here for a little while. And I think if we look at Aeon, she is able at the middle and to struggle at the lead. And I think Chase, yeah, Chase is also able at the middle. So hopefully we'll at least get a dog that has, that's able at the middle. But if not, I guess we'll work with it. We'll be doing the best we can to get a dog that's actually good at the middle, but we may not get another natural middle dog. It just really means that whenever we end up breeding Sierra, whoever her mate ends up being, we need to be very careful to condition for that middle position if we can get that to work out. So let's make sure we switch back to training, and we'll have another race in a few days. But I'm gonna stick in this league for now because I don't want these dues to be a problem. I don't want to have to pay more for the dogs we're not actually racing, so we'll stay down here for a little bit longer. Alright, 4-dog team, pretty good thus far. How long has it been since Rory raced? Almost 100 days, my goodness. We gotta change that at some point here. So we'll put Avalanche in the front, and then we'll put Hunter in the middle here, because Hunter is one of the dogs we do actively, well, we will be continuing to race with him, because he is at least able in the middle. So we have Avalanche. I guess maybe he's not going to get his specialty. Maybe it's at 9. Oh, I bet, you know what it is? It's at 9, because it doubles each time in addition to the previous one. So whenever Whiteout hits 9 races, is when she will be, able to, what am I saying? That'll be when she skills up there. So it'll be then, I think it'll be a while then for Avalanche. So let's see here. We just gotta stick with it, keep these guys racing. I'm gonna wait to feed. We should be good now. And these guys should be ready. Not, oh, there we go. We did get a perfect. 1 perfect, not 2 though. Stay forward. do not get stuck now. This is not what we want to happen. All right. Oh no! That wasn't good. Okay, now we gotta scramble. Oh, I think somebody got tired. All right. Whoa. Okay. We're good. All right. Oh, I'm gonna wait until after the tree so we don't have that pandemonium again. All right, now let's feed. Hunter's gonna be one of the first to get tired. There we go. All right, everybody's good. I think we did get 1 fatigue on someone, but again, a little bit of fatigue isn't a big deal. It's just when you have a lot of harder races right off the bat there that you start to have some issues, because then you don't even have time to recover from them. It's just a bunch of hard races all right away. So I guess one of the things we need to learn from this is that we do need to just start racing with the puppies right away when we can. And, oh my goodness. Nope. This is gonna, oh, we got first right at the last second there. I was worried we weren't going to. Oh, and a last little bit of fame there, too, and some happiness. All right. Oh, and we got Wheel Specialty level 3, so we can actually look to see how many races Polaris has had. So we got a little bit of rapport with Hunter. We got a little rapport between Hunter and Whiteout as well. So that's good. Whiteout got a little bit of fatigue there. And it won't let me scroll up to see the others. Okay, bills are due. Okay, fine. We'll do that. We don't need that. We'll leave the rope. Okay. So, what I think we can do is to actually, what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to caretaking for a day. It was Whiteout who got a little bit of fatigue, so we'll just let her rest for a bit there, and then it's about time to wrap up the episode, but I think we'll go ahead and push for 1 more race real fast. So let's make sure we'll switch back to training, but I also want to take Whiteout off of the training team here because we need her to get, oh, and we get the chance to spend time with Pine. So if we look at this, I want to look at her natural aptitude. So we have a super potential for Wheel. I think that's what we want to go for. Neither of those are great. and neither of those are great. So the one we really want to go for is the natural aptitude. Natural aptitude for the wheel position. Okay, so we'll stick with this for a little bit here. And I think if I look at Whiteout's going to be all the way down at the end. Yeah, she's no longer fatigued, so we can put her back on the training team. And then we'll try and get one more race in just to wrap up the episode here on a bit of a high note. And we'll try and race Pine with at least, with both of her, we'll try to race her with both of her parents at least once if we possibly can before they end up retiring. Just kind of to let them take their last race with her and make it a little bit special. Okay, so Whiteout, so 18 races is when you get Specialty 3. So I'm going to put Avalanche in here. And I think this is a good order for everybody else. Let's just make sure that we've got everybody training. So there we go. We'll go ahead and we'll start. And we'll do one last race here just to finish off the episode before we have to wrap it up. And then we'll be back on Monday to continue with this. Have a little bit of a break for the weekend. All right, I'm going to start feeding these guys. Make sure we do it at the same time if possible. These guys should be about ready. Yep, there we go. They were about ready for their food, so that's good. We just gotta wait long enough to make sure we get that extra speed boost from the perfectly timed catches. That's really what I need to make sure that I do, because on the harder races, you have dogs that get tired so quickly that you just basically constantly have to, oh, no, don't do that. You just constantly have to feed them. And so in these races, when you don't have to do that, I tend to jump the gun just a little bit. All right. I guess the tangle free skills are nice to have then. It's just not something that we used to use all that much, but now that we don't have the rope, it might actually be helpful to have that as a skill at some point. But right now it's more important to make sure that we have natural middle dogs, because we do need to be able to breed that skill in if possible. And ideally, I would like to see a male with that skill, because then we could breed with Sierra, and that would be ideal. So, and we know Sierra isn't going to be related to any of the other puppies except for Whiteout, who's another female, because her parents have already retired. They're no longer on the team. They're no longer, they're no longer going to be available for breeding. And so, there we go. And so with that in mind, they are, where we don't have to worry about that until the next generation. We don't have to worry about inbreeding or anything being a problem, because she's not going to have anybody related to her except with her sister. Now, Whiteout is one of the dogs I don't think we're going to end up breeding, because unless we have a really good male to potentially breed her with, because she's doesn't even have the possibility to be a middle dog, basically. She's a lead with secondary wheel, and that's not ideal. So unless we end up with a really, really good middle dog that we could breed her with, I don't really want to take that risk. So we'll have to see. It depends on what dogs we end up with. But no extra fatigue for anybody. We got fame. Everybody's doing well. Everybody's happy. And we'll continue doing conditioning with Pine at some point in the future here, because for now we do have to wrap up this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.